XLM fans, I got good news to share with you, and it comes from a tweet. We're going to talk about Matic price action along with money flowing into Polygon Matic, and we're going to hit XLM price action as well. Maybe even play the hair a little raw today. What about if I told you that BTC ETFs are going to propel the markets even higher? Chola, mi amigos, it's Dora. Hell no. It's me with the raw hair. Marcus Dunn starts us off and says, sound like the same thing the SEC was trying to pull with Coinbase, with different states suing. Yeah, essentially what happened with the SEC and Coinbase was Coinbase filed, they got all their public filing stuff, they had to send it to the SEC for approval. SEC gives them all the approval, then a couple years later the SEC sues Coinbase. Well, then why give us the approval if you're going to sue us for the approval that you gave us? And that's kind of what's weird right now, because you've got Ripple now being sued by the state of California, otherwise known as California. And that's from Manager 741. This Ripple lawsuit is in the state of California. XRP is about to get wrecked. For those of you that do not live in the United States, or those of you that do live in the United States that are unaware of what happened with how things go financially in California wrecks people. California is trying to create a law so that when players like Shohei Ohtani, who take their salary deferred later on in years and maybe they move out of state, that California can still tax them. Yes, California wants to tax big earners that leave their state because they're taking money out of their state. It is a very rough financial place. So do not take this California lawsuit lightly. States' rights when it comes to California is rough, man. It is rough, especially with businesses. Bitcoin's sitting at 57,029. I just had a little list there. ETH 3243. We're going to talk about Matic up here in the corner sitting at $1.03. We're also going to hit up XLM price action, which is sitting at 11.9, getting close to breaking 12 cents. Got an excellent chart. This is for year to date. Not going to get to it yet. Why? Because Bitcoin ETFs top 300,000 in holdings. Okay, so here's the effect that the BTC ETFs are having on the rest of the market. Obviously, Bitcoin goes up, it pulls the market with it. It happens. Look, Bitcoin's at 57,000, it's moving up. The rest of the market gets tugged up with it. DeFi is starting to make a move. Lending protocols are starting to make a move. Well, this ETF right now is actually giving more stability to the Bitcoin market. Okay, yes, you're seeing it move up, which it's kind of interesting. But you're also seeing it balance it out by the holdings of these ETFs and the new money that's coming in from traditional finance. Now, that effect, right, is having a big effect on BTC price action, which I said is having a big effect on the market. But listen to this. According to data insights shared by a senior analyst, on February 27th, the 9 BTC ETFs had a total of 303 BTC, around 17 billion held assets under management. With this record, the 9 funds now hold over 4 times Tether's 66,000 BTC stash and more Bitcoins than all public miners combined. It also exceeds MicroStrategy's BTC balance sheet of 193,000. Dude, you want protection? 303,000 BTC owned by these ETFs. So that can 5 times offshoot the strength of Tether. So for people like, oh, Tether's going to melt the market down. Dude, these ETFs here, man, there's a lot of oomph behind it. Tether can still melt the market down. Just saying, you got now some support, though, on the back end of that. Miners, we follow miners on this channel where, hey, when miners start dumping, they're telling you, man, they're afraid of something's coming up. Now, miners, right? So they exceed that. Now, will miners dump like all crazy? No, they won't. Not worried about that. MicroStrategy, Dude said he's never going to sell. Sooner or later, I think you're going to sell, but he said it's his exit strategy. So you're looking at 193,000 owned by MicroStrategy. This is about 50% more than that. That's, wow. That's strength, okay? Now here's the offset. The offset is Grayscale, okay? The 24.2 billion Grayscale BTC has seen 7.4 billion exit across 31 trading days as of Monday, Bloomberg data shows. BTC has yet to post a single inflow since it converted to an ETF in mid-January. That's because they're charging crazy fees. And there's other players out there, BlackRock and so forth, right, that are much more, affordable. So you can touch your BTC toes in the BTC water, sell yourself some OF foot fan fetish stuff, and boom, you've got protection for the crypto market via the ETFs, which are now about 5x the size of Tethers. How much strength did Tether lose in that? Let's talk some Polygon Matic, and then let's swing it on over to Stellar XLM, because I got a good news tweet to share with you. Polygon price hits 2024 peak as DeFi markets pull 30 billion in inflows. Okay, so there's money out there. Is it money like we saw years ago? No, it's not. But there is money out there. It's going to limited places. Okay, this is the first sign that things are really starting to thaw. Money is starting to flow. On February 26, Matic's price crossed 105 for the first time in 2024. The steady rise in Polygon network activity in correlation with the DeFi market boom suggests more bullish action could follow. Layer 2 networks like Matic and Optimism have been on a tear in recent weeks as investors pile billions of dollars into ETH leading DeFi protocols. Yes, ETH can pull up the alts. ETH sitting right now at 32.41. Big move here for ETH. Big move. Man, if I would have held just a little bit longer, I would have done even juicier. But I took some profits. I'm happy I moved into something else. Life goes on. So the juice here is this, okay? Matic, look. Is it where it's at since 2023? No, of course not, okay? But it's making the move. Breaks the dollar and can get through the dollar and stay above the dollar. That is strong. But what's really strong is this. This is daily active addresses. Check it out. You're seeing a massive ramp up here in orange in regards to daily active addresses, which you're seeing a fairly good correlation here along with the price. And as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. You want some good news from Stellar? I got some for you. This comes from their Twitter account. It says this. Perhaps the biggest lesson learned from building and deploying blockchain products for the real world is that users care about how the products benefit them, not about the tech underneath, at Tory Samples. And I think this is really good news, because it's not just listening, but it's also projecting, and that leads into improvement, okay? Look, things aren't always good, okay? You don't always have success. Not everything is a home run. But this right here makes sense, because this is true. And if you can build backwards from the user, you will develop products that fit the user. When you develop products that fit a user, it is usually very bullish for you. Well, the other you, not the user you, but the other you, and also the user you, because if they build products that are awesome, of which you don't give a shit what the tech is underneath, but you can still use it functionality-wise and it's awesome, that's a winner, right? Like, when you use your cell phone, do you care about, like, what networks you're on and what speeds and blah, blah? No, you're just like, dude, I want this thing to work. I want it to work right. I want my 5G wherever I go, good to go. I want good reception. Do I care about what, like, chip processor does and does it do this or pull from this? No, just work, dude, just work. So seeing this tweet from them for me is good, because it means they're listening. Now you have to deliver upon that and build products backwards from the customer and from a good customer base. And by a good customer base, I mean one that you're not going to burn through in a short amount of time, because then you have to come up with a new good thing. But just listen to this again. Perhaps the biggest lesson learned from building and deploying blockchain products for the real world is that users care about the products benefit them, not about the tech underneath. Right? Great statement. Now build backwards from the customer. You got something. You look at XLM price. This is what we've got from the start of 2024. From the start of 2024, we were touching 13 right there. Okay. I know. It's not that cool, but we just got to talk about it. Okay. It is what it is at this point. Cry over spilt milk. Okay. News channel. I bring the news, good or bad. So big bad candlestick right here. We get it. Now we're looking at this. We're going, okay. We've touched 12 already today. Okay. We've touched 1205. Can we break through? I mean, again, we talked to the volume to break through, and again, it's just been really, really soft. And the further you zoom out, the more you're looking at this going, oh man, like this is the only time we saw volume kind of like soft like this was more like in that mid-June, May 2023. That's when volume was really, really, really bad. Anyways, price action wise in the near term, like I said, breaking through the 12, can we do it? Honestly, what we're looking at here is this. Okay, that's the near term. This is the 5-minute interval over 5-day, and you could see several attempts here, all rejected, going back on down. Let's see what happens. It's too early now to say if this thing is going to have even more space. Why? Because we know we're being tugged by the BTC market, but as I've shown you in earlier videos, XLM has definitely been a laggard, so it's not getting pulled as much. In fact, comparing it to BTC will show you BTC's move versus XLM. And here we go, putting BTC in blue. There you go. That's the difference right there. That difference from right here, 10.8% to the upside with XLM up 2%. So on a serious note, the good news for the entire market is that these ETFs are going to offset some of the risk of some of those black swan events that people were fearing, especially the whole tether thing. Bitcoin miners, don't worry about them all at once, just dumping stuff. Like, no, it's just, there's different businesses. They have different needs. Not all of them need to dump capital at the same time. In terms of MicroStrategy, him owning 193,000, Sailor Nutso. Yeah, I mean, like, because think, if the dude were to sell, I think a lot of people would be like, whoa, Sailor said he's never going to sell. Why is he selling? Well, maybe he needs cash? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to buy, like, something and they don't take BTC. But the amount of ETF BTC holding at 303,000, pretty good. I'm just remembering this all of him. It's significant because it offsets a lot of the risk of those. Is there still risk present with Sailor ever wanting to sell and all of a sudden people panicking and doing more? Yes, of course. Is there risk present that Tether money printer go burr could melt this whole thing down and start another Luna UST thing? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would ripple as hard as Luna UST because, man, we're still kind of dealing with that effect now, especially with the bankruptcy still going on with that kind of stuff. Celsius is going through it too. By the way, Celsius really pivoted big. They're in Bitcoin mining now. Making money. They couldn't make money trading crypto and running that crap platform, but at least they can do a BTC mining platform, make some money for their shareholders, make them whole. And then we kind of start talking about XLM, which has been the laggard. And I get it. People are upset. People are not happy. It's just it's poor performance of native token. As I'm looking at the chart in front of me, yeah, BTC up 10% in that move. XLM only comes up 2% and struggles. And then that's kind of been the story is BTC has had these moves bigger than everything else in terms of XLM and XRP that we've been covering quite heavily here. Matic, though, making a strong move. You know, your ICPs make a strong move, renders and so forth. So the market is definitely moving differently. There is money, as I've showed you, that's flowing in. DeFi protocols, lending protocols are making tons of money right now because the risk profile is going down. There's less risk built into the market now than there was, say, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago. Like I said, flushing out the bad actors is helping, and crypto hot potato is getting resolved as these bankruptcies start getting cleared up and the numbers get all figured out and the payouts get figured out. So we're navigating, and the worst of it seems to be behind us because the biggest leveraged and the biggest risk items have pretty much all seem to kind of go, down the tubes, right? Except for Justin Sun, we're still waiting for him. But that being said, there's money flowing in. XLM's definitely been a laggard. It's been a rough one to cover on this channel. The good news is I hope Stellar is listening that, hey, build products that the users don't give a crap about the tech. That just work for them. I think that's a great thing. Build backwards from the customer. If you listen upon that, do that, and build backwards from the customer, you will usually end up in a very, very good place. Yeah, that's what I got for you. Hit the like button, subscribe if you dig this kind of stuff. I am going to keep hydrating my butt off. Electrolytes. I have to take so many electrolyte tabs during the day. Race is about 2.5 weeks away. I'm still not 100%. Like, my ears are still ringing. My neck is definitely getting better. It's loosening up. My body feels decent. I've got pretty good power in my legs. I've been tackling a lot of hills, so 2.5 weeks left. Lots of electrolytes. I'll catch you cool cats later.